A mechanical keyboard is often considered the best option when it comes to gaming, and you can find some under $100. They might lack some high-end features, but for the most part, they're quite solid and can even use standard switches like the Cherry MX or proprietary ones. The Red Dragon K552 is a 10-keyless mechanical keyboard. This means that it doesn't have a number pad, which makes it convenient for gaming. Your arms get to be closer together on your desk, allowing you to play with a better posture. It has 87 keys. The keyboard has a base incline to promote typing naturally. The case is all black. Red Dragon states that the base is made from metal and then covered in ABS plastic. This can be felt by how heavy the keyboard is in comparison with mechanical keyboards with full plastic case. It is a sturdy keyboard with a simple design. On the back of the keyboard are two rubber feet at the bottom of the keyboard. It has a kickstand on either side of the keyboard with rubberized coating for additional grip when crazy things are happening in-game. Without the kickstands being out, the keyboard moves around easily. The side walls of the keyboard are relatively short, and the RGB lighting can be seen easily. Many of the single keys such as the arrow keys and function keys have a small exposed area where you can see the switches and the RGB lighting through the switch. The Red Dragon K552 offers only one switch option, the Itame Blue variant. They are Cherry MX Blue clones. These switches are very similar to Cherry MX in terms of switch rattle, sounds, and typing experience overall. The Aki KMG12 is a full-sized, 104-key mechanical board that avoids the angular looks of many rivals in favor of a simple, sleek design. The top of the keyboard is a thick, sturdy steel plate covering an ABS plastic body. There are two flip-out feet on the underside of the keyboard so you can lay the board flat or tilt it at a slight angle. At this price, we're not surprised at the lack of adjustable angles. Measuring 5 inches wide, the KMG12 is slimmer than others in its class, with the keys running straight out to the edges of the board. You might have expected to have to forego RGB with a budget gaming keyboard, but it's actually the opposite here. The KMG12 has an RGB strip running along the bottom outer edge that can't be turned off. It's always illuminated in a rainbow pattern. In the case of the KMG12, low cost means having to always be in flashy gamer mode. Thankfully, the RGB keys are customizable via software, and you can turn them off. Cherry MX branded switches tend to be more expensive than alternatives. The KMG12 saves money by using Itame Blue switches. But while Cherry's click switches have 4.0mm total travel, actuating at 2.2mm with 60 grams of force, the Itame Blue switches have a slightly shorter actuation point at 1.8mm. The Black Widow light's understated looks will fit in fine at even the most conservative law firm or investment bank. Apart from having the word Razer subtly embossed above the arrow keys, there's no obvious sign that this comes from a gaming company. Razer's snake logo is conspicuously absent. The matte black keys only have a white backlight, and their simple, rectangular shape is the same as you'll find on many other keyboards. The font on the keycaps is also very standard. At just 1.45 pounds, the Black Widow light really lives up to its name. The compact, 14 by 5 by 0.5 inch keyboard can slip into even a narrow bag without adding much heft. Rather than having a built-in cable like so many other keyboards, the Black Widow light comes with a detachable, braided micro-USB to USB Type-A cable that has a built-in cable tie. So when you're on the go, you can easily wrap it up and take it with you. The bottom of the keyboard features a pair of flip-out feet that raise the top of it up about 0.3 inches. While many typists will be fine with this, I would have preferred more elevation and a sharper angle with the feet flipped out. What's Razer's secret with the ornatochroma? Switches that combine the key features of the predominant typing technologies in the consumer keyboard market. Razer calls the technology mecha membrane, and it's just what it sounds like, part its own proprietary mechanical switch, part silicone dome. When you hit a key, the mechanical switch depresses the dome to register the stroke. This eliminates the need for a full version of either type of switch, but gives you a fair amount of the supposed benefits of both. That all happens under the hood, though. One thing you're more likely to be able to see are the updated keycaps, which are about half the height of traditional keycaps. In addition to requiring you to move less weight with each press, Razer claims that the shorter cap reduces the time it takes for your actions to register, thus keeping you typing more quickly and landing more hits in games that demand quick response. Razer also includes a big padded wrist rest that connects to the magnetized front of the keyboard, giving you a place to rest your hands during those times the action slows down. Though given that the keyboard also supports 10-key rollover and 10-key anti-ghosting, I guess it's left for an exercise to the player to determine when that's supposed to happen. In every other way, the Ornata Chroma looks like a typical no-frills gaming keyboard. Its measurements are unremarkable, and it's all black, except for the backlighting, which can be controlled using the downloadable Razer Synapse software to appear in any of 16.8 million colors, in a variety of pre-configured patterns or a layout of your own design. Design-wise, the Swara is a halfway house between standard gaming keyboards and the funky Vulcan 100 AMO. The keys once again stick straight out of a flat aluminium board, with no kind of housing to hide away the switches. However, this time the caps do come down around the edges of each key, so there's less overall exposure. All the same, you can easily snap the key caps off if needed. In fact, they pop off all too happily, so you'll need to be careful when transporting the keyboard. Blissfully, there are no fiddly gaps that might otherwise collect dust, debris and donut particles. That metallic build is also reassuringly tough, as I can testify. I simulated a little mid-game rage by pounding the unit with my fists, to no ill effect. Although there are no dedicated media keys for skipping or pausing tracks, the Swara's F9 through F12 keys double up with this functionality. Plus, you do at least have some standalone volume controls, housed in the top right corner. Not as funky as the Vulcan 100 AMO's dial controls, but good to have all the same. One rather minor grumble is the design of the caps lock key. For some reason, this key is marked with only a downward-facing arrow, which was more than a little baffling at first glance. Of course, it's hardly something to lose sleep over, and you're unlikely to notice when you're gaming or touch typing.